What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Eric and I'm the tuner here at Proven Power Cycles, and today we have a 2016 GSXS1000. For those of you who have one, comment down below, tell us what you think of your GSXS1000, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan.
This sounds ridiculous!
So what we're gonna do now, it's got a completely stock exhaust system. So actually the whole bike is stock. So he came in, he went to air filter install and full exhaust, full Yoshi exhaust. So what we're gonna do right now, it's completely stock system and stock everything. Stock air filter, stock exhaust, stock chain and sprocket, stock. So we're gonna go ahead and baseline the bike real quick. We're gonna get it warmed up, and then we're gonna go ahead, baseline it, get you guys some stock numbers, and then we'll do the full exhaust install like we typically do. We'll do a full exhaust install, we'll install the air filter, then we'll put it back on, we'll re-baseline it. We'll do the ECU flash and a full dyno tune, and we'll go from there. So, and for those of you, just wanted to show you, I mean, obviously you can kind of see the tank all propped up. This is what we have to do just to get to the ECU on this bike. The ECU is located on top of the airbox here, right here. But in order to get to that, you have to take off the rear seat, the front seat. There's a, well, the mid fairing right here. There's another fairing that sits right around in here. They're kind of like interlocking fairings right here. Then there is basically another, more or less a key piece, a cover for the ignition. And then there's two more bolts that are holding it down like a normal Gixxer, or GSX platform, I should say, Suzuki platform. And then you can finally lift the tank to get to the ECU. So it's a bit of a process just getting to this ECU. So right now we just have it propped up just so we can make sure we have a good RPM, a clean signal for you guys. So we're gonna get this thing warmed up, and we'll see what this thing lays out real quick.
Alright, here's the GSX-S. About to do an intake install. Here's the factory intake filter. It's kind of small. Look how dirty that is too.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Here's the new K&N one.
Oh, the size is different too.
Big size difference.
Stock filters suck. I'm not good at pulling out, but I'll try.
These stock velocity stacks. Okay.
Oh no.
Next up will be the Yoshimura full exhaust system.
So we got the GSX1000 on the dyno here, and we have the full Yoshi all installed. We're gonna go over it real quick. We already got it all set up here on the dyno, but we have it all installed here. Let's do a little close up here, get an idea. Now we have not idled it, we haven't really turned it on. We turned it on a couple of times, but we haven't really burnt it in. That's why it looks all brand new. It's all still nice and silver, nice polished look. We haven't really fired it up or cranked it over, so we're getting ready to do that now. And we're gonna get ready to do the new baseline with the new setup. Guys, so we got the GSX-S1000 all wrapped up, and I have to admit I'm a huge fan. I went back in some of my history here, and I've only tuned, it turned out, I've only tuned like 2 of these things so far, and I don't really remember it, to be honest with you. It's been a while. But I'm pretty happy with the numbers. This bike is a ton of fun. This guy's gonna love the bike. So I'm on the dyno now, and we got the numbers all pulled up, so why don't we go through them real quick. So this is 100% stock. Stock exhaust, stock air filter, stock, okay? We were at 133 wheel horsepower with 71.85 foot-pounds of torque. Now, the air fuel actually wasn't that bad at all, considering it had a completely stock system. Now, at the higher RPM, we are a little lean here. Let's see, we're at 13.86, yeah, as you can see there. So that, honestly, that is pretty lean for being at a high RPM. I don't really like it that lean, and that's crazy. That's actually 100% stock. 13.5, damn near red line. Again, guys, we're kind of getting onto that edge of being a little too lean, but overall, though, not a bad air fuel for a stock system. It's actually pretty good. And let's look at the power curve. So we have a little bit of a ramp up, a little bit of a plateau, a little bit more of a ramp, and then a full plateau. So this bike, you know, it would be a fun street bike, but if you're trying to do some highway pulls or something like that, not the most fun, I'll be honest. It kind of falls off. If you notice here too, we kind of teeter off a little bit, if you notice. We're at 10,000 RPMs. We go from 133 wheel horsepower at 10,000 RPM all the way down to, let's see, 131. So again, not a crazy power loss, but you're still losing some power. You're still losing some power throughout that top end range, which is not going to be a fun pull, okay? So now, once we installed the exhaust and the filter and all that jazz, once we installed everything, look at the power that we actually picked up right here in the mid-range. We picked up gobs of power without doing really anything aside from installing the exhaust. We picked up a solid, let's see, 4, 5, 6. We picked up 6 wheel horsepower here at 6,000. That's pretty funny. At 6,000 RPM, we picked up 6 wheel. And then we picked up roughly 6 foot-pounds of torque. So, but peak power, we only picked up about 3 horsepower and basically the same amount of torque. So, but overall, the curve is better once we installed the exhaust. And if you notice way up here now, we're no longer losing that power. It's actually pulling all the way to redline now. Now, here's the kicker though. Look at the AFRs that we measured. Stupid lean AFRs, and this is kind of a typical thing that we saw with some of these older bikes now. Is, I mean, that's 14.76, 14.7 range. This is a 14.88, almost a 14.90. That's very, very, very lean going through this mid-range. So cleaning a lot of this up, yeah, look, we're at 14.1 all the way up at 11.2, 11,200 RPM. That's very, very, very lean. In fact, even the stab, we were almost off the charts. Look at the stab, we're at 16 air fuel. And if you look here, you can kind of see it kind of struggles to pull the power up. It falls off again, then it climbs again. So, you know, this is a clear indication of it being way, 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 way too lean. So, picked up power, but we're running lean. All right. And here we have the final graph. We got everything dialed in. We got it all. AFR looks super clean. Has a nice progressive. Comes in nice and clean, and we have a nice smooth AFR. Now right here we hit the rev limiter, and we picked up interference. So you'll see, you'll get a little bit of zigzag. But all in all, that line is damn near on that dotted line, or a little bit below it, right where we want it to be. And look at the amount of power we picked up now. Gobs of power. We went from 105, let's say, with the exhaust installed, all the way up to 116. So we're picking up 11 wheel horsepower in the mid-range. We're picking up, let's see, we're right around 6,000 RPM. We went from 74 to 77, so another 3 wheel horsepower. So overall, from stock, we're picking up 11 wheel horsepower at the low end going into mid-range. That is monumental. Huge gains right there. 11,000 RPM, we'll target up high here. 11,000 RPM, we went from 133 to 135 to 145. So, you know, again, guys, we're picking up 12 wheel horsepower up top. These are huge gains for this bike. So we ended at 145 wheel horsepower with 77 foot-pounds of torque. Again, massive, massive jumps in between everything. The horsepower, the torque. This thing was a little rocket ship. we've been seeing quite a few of these guys drive these bikes around at the track and a few of these other places. And to be honest with you, I never really understood why, because I've never really driven one or never really messed with one. But I gotta be honest with you, just feeling the power band on the dyno was incredible. It felt really good. I'm a huge fan of this platform. For those of you who have one, comment down below, tell us what you think of your GSX-S1000, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan. I'm very impressed. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed tuning this bike. It was a lot of fun, and it made great power. I mean, come on, 12 wheel gains, you know, 11 wheel gains throughout. You can't, that's really, really amazing. So it was a really fun bike. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. For all you GSXS owners, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And for those of you who aren't owners, something to think about. It, again, ton of fun, you know, and they're a little older of a bike, or this one was a little older, so, you know, I'm sure they can't be super expensive, but again, just a ton of fun. So, but anyway, guys, we appreciate you viewing. We really appreciate the support. The channel just keeps on growing thanks to you guys, and again, we can't be even any more blessed than we are. So we really appreciate it.
Lewis appreciates it too.
Oh, he's on the phone. Anyway, guys, thank you again. Leave a comment down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you on another episode.